welcome back to my kitchen. As you can tell by my intellectual glasses today, it's going to be a little bit different of a FaceTime. When Jeanette asked if we would be the kickoff for her virtual book tour, I had a bunch of silly ideas and actually wrote a rhyming ode to the Pasta Queen, all about how much I loved her blog, how I loved her book, how great it was to finally meet her in person when we did the Quaker event in Chicago. And I wove through it some little-known facts about Jeanette that I thought you, and because I knew I found to be funny. But after I finished, I felt like it wasn't the post that I wanted to do, really because I so adored her book, Half-Assed. I read it when it first came out, and ironically, when I received Jeanette's email, I was just in the process of rereading it. I'd followed along her blog from the beginning. I was one of the nameless, faceless readers to which she refers in her book. And I just found her writing so beautiful and so powerful and so inspirational, no matter what your goal is, that I couldn't do the silly post. It didn't really sit well with me because I so believe in her book. When I was a, say avid, not rabid, fan of Pasta Queen back in the beginning, I wasn't working toward losing weight, but I was working toward a different personal goal. And I found that when Jeanette posted about her weight loss success, I used that to spur me on towards working harder at my goal towards success. And when Jeanette was honest and posted that it hadn't been such a great weigh-in or week, it normalized for me the pit holes and pitfalls that I was hitting on the way to my own personal goal. So she really had been such a source of support to me along the way, and I know Jeanette has no idea about this, that I wanted to stop and read you a couple snippets from her book, even though the FaceTime may be a little longer because of that. She just has a beautiful way with words, as everybody knows who reads her blog. And the book, she lost 200 pounds. It's a great weight loss memoir, but to me it's a great life memoir and reminder that what we want is within our grasp. We just need to work for it and focus. And there we will get off track. And focusing on our goals doesn't mean that we can't live along the way and do other things along the way and enjoy life as we work toward whatever our goal is, be it weight loss or something different. The few things that I want to read to you are just parts that struck a chord with me. I adore the way she describes cross-training. I talk of needing to keep our body confused so that we keep gaining muscle, losing weight. But I adore how Jeanette describes it. And she says, losing weight was like trying to pass another car on the highway, only to have it speed up every time I made a move in the left lane. The secret wasn't to pass the car at full throttle, but to zigzag and confuse it until I could slip by. I needed to mix up my exercise routine and vary what I ate to keep my body from thinking it needed to store fat. That's it. That's what I've been trying to say. And another point that she makes that I adore and that I am constantly trying to hammer home with my clients and my daughter is that we want to be big, we want to be noticed, we want to take up space in the world. And she says, I may have been smaller than I'd ever been. This is when she was close to losing the 200 pounds, but I was ready to take up space in the world. And I highlighted that line. It really resonated with me. It's precisely what I believe. And lastly, and I love this part, is she talks about how she struggled with every time she entered a social situation, looking around and thinking, am I the fattest one here? Is she bigger than I am? Is she fatter than I am? And as she gets towards success, as she is almost at her goal, she notices that her mindset shifts, and she no longer plays, as she calls it, is she fatter than me? And it started playing, how many reps will make me that ripped? And of course, I adored that part. So there you go. Pasta Queen, Jeanette Fulda, Half-Assed. Love the book. You do have a chance to win the book, and this is where I was willing to go a little silly. What kind of pasta would you be if you had to choose? What pasta noodle best exemplifies your personality? And I thought about it for myself, and I would be a lasagna noodle, because in places it is flat, boring, and normal, but on the edges it's kind of curvy and wild and kind of weird. So that's me. I'd be a lasagna noodle. What would you be? Please hit us all up in the comments. And I wouldn't wait. I would run out and buy Half-Assed now because it's the kind of book, and I I'm not a big rereader that you'll read and reread and revisit time and time again.